Hey, I'm Butterfly.
Hey, I'm Firefly.
Have you ever wondered if we aren't being told the truth about everything?
What have we been lied to about? Join us as we have conversations and ask questions about everything. We invite you to keep an open mind and consider the unfathomable.
Let's break the chains that enslave our minds. Come on, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What's up, Butterfly?
Hey, Firefly, what's going on?
Let's go down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
But wait, this one's kind of in the atmosphere. So this
It's going down it's kind of a river of a rabbit hole.
it's a river hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like we're climbing this rabbit hole
Ooh.
because we're going up into the atmosphere. What
Yeah.
is it? It's
Talking about atmospheric rivers.
atmospheric rivers, which are
Yeah.
only really known about by people who watch CNN.
Yeah, it's
Which is
funny.
interesting.
It's funny how that is. It's like if you don't watch CNN or probably I guess like MSNBC, you probably have never even heard of these
You might
things.
not know of these things.
Yeah,
You
like
know, you have to tune into their Kool-Aid in order to get the real scoop.
yeah. So, what are atmospheric rivers?
So atmospheric rivers. So like this is a timely episode. We're gonna post this one today.
Yes, because right now, they're telling us that we're in an atmospheric river, right?
We're in one.
Are we in one? Or is
Exactly.
it around it? I don't know. What's the proper grammar for that? Because I'm not sure what it is
I don't
actually.
know. It's like Johnny Cash. You ever heard that Johnny Cash song? You're like, how high is the water, mama? I guess we're in that.
Okay.
Well, so anyways, yeah, so it's raining. If we're having a rainstorm.
It's raining.
It's
in
raining.
California.
It's raining. So in California, so it's raining. So now when it rains hard in California,
It's an atmospheric river.
excuse me, these are atmospheric rivers. Your cars are in dog farts and in cow farts. Everything's really bad.
You're causing this.
You're causing these atmospheric rivers. So the atmospheric river, I think, remember we talked about those words
Yeah.
that where when you say them, it lulls the walkers into a stupor.
Right. It's
They're
like a
the
trigger.
keywords.
It's a trigger.
So like we were talking about
It's a pinch.
it's a pinch.
Yeah.
So remember we were talking about the um Operation Mockingbird.
Right.
So during cooties, they would use bombshell.
Yeah.
Bombshell.
Cases.
Case. Now they say now they say atmospheric river.
And they all freak out.
They freak out and they go, oh my God, these Trump supporters are killing the earth.
Yeah. It's because this is all part of the Earth modification theory that those people like to believe in, and it's terrifying. They're terrified of it, and so this is another talking point with that.
And you just brought up a good point. They're terrified of it.
Mhm.
What did we talk about MK Ultra?
It's terrifying. They have to
MK
scare
Ultra
people.
MK Ultra is trauma-based mind control. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So the first thing they do is scare the crap out of you.
Mhm.
And then once you're scared and then you turn to Satan in his media, then he goes, good, good, good.
This is what you do.
Atmospheric rivers. Now you guys are destroying the planet. So what you're going to do is you're going to start freaking out, probably go buy a Tesla and think that that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And then start getting like solar panels put on your house. And then, go start throwing tomato soup on the Mona Lisa and acting like we're not doing enough Extinction Rebellion, to, kind of like go and, join Greta Thunberg and say, how dare you?
Where has she been lately?
I think she got voted off.
I think she did too.
You know, she might have ate too much. What? Oh my God. Because
And then she farted.
yes. What if that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if she became like a little piglet? So she's
Yeah.
kind of like 300 pounds.
Well, she did have those little pigtails.
She had pigtails.
Yeah.
So she's already kind of a piglet. So now I'm wondering if they were like Satan sat down with her and said, Greta, we have to talk. Because you were really good when you were 16 and you were totally brainwashed, and we could use you as like kind of like this adorable little girl who's a victim of all the bad carbon
And
users.
so smart. You know what? I kind of had a theory about that. Was she really 16? Or
Who
was she
knows?
like those 90210 actors who were like 30 and they were playing 16?
And like I'm Shannon Doherty and I'm in high school. No, you're not. Okay. But anyways, uh, so Satan sat down with her and said, Greta, okay, now, you're clearly an adult, so we can't use you as like a
You're
kid
not as
anymore.
cute
You're
anymore.
not cute. And unfortunately, Greta, you're kind of fat. So now, we can't really have a fat person coming out and being an advocate for like global warming
Oh,
and
Earth modification, you
I'm
mean?
sorry, Earth modification. Because yes, yeah, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to convince people that eating meat is killing the environment,
And
but you kind of eat everything inside.
you're sitting there eating a roast beef sandwich on the
Yeah.
train. I actually heard something recently that she made some comment about something, and now I cannot remember what it was, but it sort of like was not in line with her position. And so maybe that's how she got voted off. I don't know. But
Well, that's the thing. Satan, if you're gonna get used by Satan, he goes, good, good, good. But
stick to
you
the script.
you do what I say. You don't take any creative license.
Yeah.
Because Greta, you're not really smart enough to take creative license.
No.
We are manipulating people here, so you do what I say.
You stick to the
Maybe
script.
that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Because she has kind of disappeared into the backdrop.
Yeah.
But you still see that every time there's a major storm or a major fire in California, the media uses these events to try to forward the
Earth
Earth
mod
mod. Sorry,
agenda.
I said bad words.
I know you said the Cly and the Ange
No,
words.
I didn't say that one.
What'd you say?
I said glow
Oh,
dot
glow.
dot ming.
Yeah, glow, warm.
See, that's a bad one too.
It's a bad one too.
So anyways, it's
Even
Earth mod.
even though Al Gore, his little theory kind of got blown up, and they had to change it. He was the one that was all into the glow warm situation,
Yeah.
and then they had to just change it to like just a kind of general
Well, because
high
remember,
age
they
thing.
had this big conference in like 2018, and they said, well, it's interesting because we've had the five coldest years on record the last 5 years. And
It kind
that was when he came out and he's like, excuse me, excuse
it
me,
doesn't
excuse
go
me.
along with his
Yeah,
story.
he goes, it's why it's not glow warm, it's cly age. Excuse me. You can die from being too hot or too cold. You don't
Exactly.
know.
It's a bad thing. Killed the dinosaurs.
Whatever it is, we're bad. You need to stop eating meat and hurry up and get in your 15 minutes cities and die.
And I'm gonna go hop on my plane and drink some
Uh,
blood out of the fridge.
I have a refrigerator full of blood, but let's not talk about that.
Oh my God. Well, you know what this whole thing kind of
So
made
it's raining.
it's raining. And this description that they talk about, this atmospheric river, it sounds to me like just a big figment of somebody's imagination. You know what I mean? Like I'm picturing like holograms. Like this could be part of Project Bluebeam.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I'm picturing like they're terrifying people with this whole narrative, and like they're probably showing images on NBC of like people like floating little rowboats down city streets. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
they probably pulled from like Getty Images, like
Hmm.
stock images from some other
They'll do
store.
that.
And they're like, look at this. This city street is completely underwater.
Yep. And
And
though they're gonna because we've already talked about who is listening. It's walkers.
Mhm.
They're already lulled into this state where they're almost like hypnotized.
Super stupors.
They're in a super stupor. So when you start throwing images out there and say, by the way, that rainstorm out there,
And this is because you ate too much meat.
you need to be afraid right now.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Like this is horrible.
Mhm.
You know, this brings up Dane Whittington. I can't remember who he was on recently. So Dane Whittington was on with
Why don't you recap who he is for our listeners?
so Dane Whittington has been studying geoengineering, which who knows, we might even need to come up with a slang word for that
I think so.
because
Well,
they don't want you talking about that.
we could call it just geo-eng.
Yes. They don't want you
Geo-eng.
talking about that, geoeng, because what they want you to believe is in Earth mod.
And it's happening and it's real. And we should be
Yep.
terrified.
So they want you to believe that people eating meat, overpopulation, cow farts, all of these in your car, they are all contributing to these massive extreme weather events that we're having globally.
Right.
That's not the case. The case is every single government uses earth modification, what Dane Whittington calls geoengineering. And this is part of these HARP programs that have gone back to 1960s. They were using these HARP programs in Vietnam. Like they have a clip of LBJ, who we've talked about.
Oh,
LBJ
yeah.
was totally a puppet of the Culture
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah.
So he comes out during the Vietnam War and he goes, he was all Texan. He was like, if you control the weather, then you can control the world.
Wow.
And he said that back in 1964. So there's talk around the campfire that they caused torrential rainfall to fall on the North Vietnamese in order to kind of kill a bunch of them, you know?
You know what? I think these psychopaths all just want to be God.
They totally do.
They want to be God. They want to, like, rule the world and control people, control everything we do, and
Because what are they? They're megalo.
maniac.
They're not mini.
No,
They're at the top. So
yeah,
they're the big ones.
yeah.
They're like the big
They're
sucker
like
fish.
double M to the P's.
They're megalomaniac psychopath. So they're megalomaniac psychopaths, but then they make many megalomaniac psychopath micromanagers
Right.
carry out their agenda
Exactly.
at ground level. But people like Al Gore, people like Bill Gates, these people are megalomaniacs, LBJ, because what they really love is this notion that they can control the weather.
Yeah. They can control the world.
They control the world, and control is the key.
Right.
It's like, excuse me, no, 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 no. I tell you what you can do and where you go. They love that.
They love it. So it's interesting how there's always like one of these big storms after an area has been dewed. Have you noticed that?
Interesting. Yes.
Like, because I heard today on the radio, they were saying that all those fire areas that we've had here in California,
Pacific Palisades.
yeah, those are all getting evacuated because of this storm, because now there's going to be like mudslides. And remember, like we've had some gnarly
Yep.
mudslides that, remember that one in Montecito, which is
Yep.
near Santa Barbara a few years ago, that
Yep.
literally washed down the hill and washed people away. Like,
They do it on purpose because they know that the hillside's set up with all this heavy mud at the top, and it's just a matter of time before that heavy mud. It's like an avalanche. It
it's an
just
avalanche, really.
it is an avalanche.
Yeah.
It's more dangerous than an avalanche even because mud is heavier than snow, so it just takes out whatever
Yeah.
it hits. And they set these things up. Did you know my mom got scammed out of $28,000 during that Montecito mudslide?
What?
Did I tell you about that?
I don't know if you did. What happened?
So this some random Latina lady like approached her and was like, we need to help the mudslide victims. And of course my mom was
Like in real life or on the phone?
like in real life. Because
Whoa.
my mom was working at a retreat center up there. So she had connections. And so I think like the dishwasher and some of the cooks were like all Latino and they knew her and stuff. And so I think they reached out to her or she met him or something like that because the mudslide took out the retreat that she worked at.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So the retreat, it was, what's so interesting about that? So the retreat center was this beautiful property in Montecito.
Like right next door to Oprah's house?
Right up the street from Oprah's house. And it was gorgeous. It was a large property. It was right on a river. They had an orchard. They had several houses and a big chapel, and it was owned by nuns since the 1950s.
Oh my gosh. This is so weird. Side story. I think I own a desk that came from that nun convent.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because I bought this desk at a garage sale and the people told me that it was from that convent.
That's probably what it was
Yeah.
because
It's like an antique.
the mudslide took it out. So it wasn't a convent. What it was technically was called a retreat center. So all different faiths and denominations would come there and they would have like 3 days where no one talks and they just go eat and they go and they pray and everyone has a retreat and they would have groups So that was like their business model.
You know what I've noticed also?
Mhm.
Rich people who like to be in the cult,
Mhm.
love that kind of stuff because
They do.
they love to spend like $10,000 for a weekend of like
Holy.
eating like tofu and vegetables and not talking and going on hikes.
They do
And I'm
that.
like, you know what? I can go to Trader Joe's and get some tofu and vegetables and go on my own hike for about $20.
No, what they do is they try to buy spirituality.
They buy spirituality. They feel like they can take this weekend of you know, doing this kind of nature thing and it sort of cleanses them of all of their like gross behavior. Like a lot reminds me of the people who are totally sinful, but they go to church every Sunday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like their spirituality is on the surface.
Their spirituality is something they can purchase.
They purchase it, it's on the surface. They don't actually live it. So, anyways, that's kind of in keeping because what happens is these nuns own this beautiful property in Montecito for 50 years. And then they sold to venture capitalists.
Oh my God, the nuns sold out.
The nuns.
That's
It was these lesbian nuns,
they're all lesbians.
They're just like, excuse me, there's nothing wrong with being a muff diver.
And
God said it's fine.
they're Catholic, so they're following like the Pope's orders, and we know the Pope is totally
Exactly.
he's like maybe one rung below Satan.
They're all, peace be with you, and
Yeah,
my be with you as well. So, anyways, they sell out to venture capitalists.
yeah,
What a disgusting thing. After 50 years of these pious nuns owning this place and having it be there spiritually for spiritual
I
purposes.
believe it.
So then these venture capitalists buy it and a mudslide destroys the entire property.
Karma.
Isn't that beautiful?
Karma's a bitch,
I
baby.
love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I think
You
that's
see,
totally
that's kind of like proof of how Satan will not win
Satan.
in the
Well,
end.
or
You
also
know what I
maybe
mean?
those who get used by Satan, they always get what's coming to them.
Hmm.
So, because the way I look at it, now we talk about God and Satan, and some people might kind of trip out on this. Satan is real and controls the world, but God is almighty and he controls Satan. So he allows things to happen because people sin. If you go sell out to Satan, God's going to allow you to do that. You have free will, but you're going to get what's coming to you. So these people went and purchased a spiritual retreat center so that they could probably make money off it. And so
Yeah.
what they probably made it was like an Airbnb.
Right.
So just come on up here. And then the mudslide takes it out. So, anyways, so my mom gets reached out to by, I can't remember exactly who she reached out to, but I know that she started dealing with an Indian dude, which is not good.
Mhm.
And he was not in the areas, he was somewhere off site.
Mm.
And so,
It was in India.
yes. And so my mom, of course, my mom went and took the pokies. So my mom kind of believes
Gullible.
she's gullible. She's really nice and sweet. She thinks that everybody's intentions are really good.
Yeah.
And so
Your mom has a good heart.
she has a good heart. So she goes, well, these people need a lot of help. So she went and she bought $28,000 worth of gift certificates from Target
My God.
because she was convinced by these people that that was the aid that was needed. But then they promised her, but if you give this aid now, we'll reimburse you. But we just need the aid now. And then once we get all these donations together, then we're going to reimburse you.
Oh
Of
my
course, that never
God.
came.
Yeah.
My dad almost had a stroke.
My God. Sorry to
He
laugh at
perished. He perished a few years later. Yeah, that was like probably the final nail in my dad's coffin when he found out about this. So they totally used that because that was part of the Thomas fire. Remember, they always have these names for the fires.
That was part of the Thomas fire?
That was a Thomas fire.
That was the one that was near us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It was all this whole
scary.
county, this whole area was on fire. But anyways, so what happens is they use these dews and they burn areas down with dews.
Right.
But then
Directed energy weapons.
directed energy weapon. But then they know that the rains are going to bring the mudslides.
Yeah, I think they time it out just right too.
And I also think so they can use harp and dew.
Right.
It's kind of like when you get killed and cloned.
Right. It's a double whammy.
It's the 1-2 combination.
Yeah,
You
1-2
get
punch.
harped. You get harped after you get dude.
Mm.
So what's going on with Pacific Palisades? Perfect example. So Pacific Palisades got dude back in January,
Mhm.
and now they're about to get harped
Right.
because in California, we don't get a lot of rain from January to November. It starts getting into the dry season. We might get a few little rainfalls in the spring, but the heavy rains come November, December, and January. So when the that was what was weird about the east winds kicking up suddenly for Pacific
Yeah,
Palisades, because that time of year we don't have that. That's
right.
when we're usually in a rainy season in this area.
Well, the same thing happened before the Thomas fire. We were getting east winds. It was like right before Christmas. I was like, what?
Those are manufactured.
Yeah,
Those are manufactured to produce the perfect dew.
exactly. And for people who don't understand what the east winds are, they're very hot wind. It's like during really hot weather. And it's really hot and dry, and they come from the east, and they usually happen in like
September.
September. Yeah. Yeah, it's always in the like early fall
It's
that
like
it's
an
happening.
Indian summer
Indian
condition.
summer. Yeah, it's hot east winds.
And it's cool. I like them because they're kind of cool. But now what's happened is fires in California have been politicized by the Culture Club in order to push earth modification fear. So they use fires and rainstorms and mudslides. And do you see how
Mm.
now some people might say, no, those have been going on in California all no. But when I was a kid, do you remember like all this devastation all the time?
No, but see, this is the really sick, insidious thing that the Culture Club always does is they can take these plans that they're doing and their narratives, and they can always kind of twist it around to confuse and scare the gullible people that are like believing them.
Yeah.
So we can see that this is what's happening, but what they tell everybody is, well, these things are happening because of um, uh, Earth
Mod.
mod, Earth
This
modification.
is an
Yeah,
atmospheric river.
it's
We're not having a rainstorm. We're having an atmospheric river. So that
yeah,
is like bombshell. It's like
yeah.
that word. It triggers those
And so
walkers.
how do you like talk sense to anybody who's like terrified of Earth mod? Like how do you explain to them like this is all manufactured? Like it to them that sounds like a huge conspiracy theory that's just outrageous, you know? I mean, they just believe that this Earth modification stuff that's happening is actually happening because of all the terrible things we're doing, and
You know
that's
what
what's
it is?
causing the disasters.
They're the dad with the son, where you go,
Yeah.
look at all of these
Mhm.
bad side effects that happen if you take the pokies. You and your son are going to get the pokies right now. Look at all the bad side effects that can happen.
Here's a brochure that lists them.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, come on, son.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happens with the geoengineering
Yeah.
because Dane Whittington's been doing videos since YouTube started. He's been doing it for 30 years. He just came out the other day. You know what he said?
Mm.
You know what they spray on you from these chemtrails?
Oh God, what? Flu.
Aluminum.
Oh yeah,
It's
totally.
it's
It's so bad for you.
it's aluminum and it's microparticulate aluminum.
Mhm.
So there's no
You
way
just
to avoid
breathe
it.
it.
And they're just and he said, this is the thing. We've talked about this. The people who load those canisters in the planes, they're not innocent.
No.
You know what they might be? They might be severanced.
They might be.
They might be the ones that go and they're like, and then they go home and their wife's like, "How was your day?" And he goes, "I don't know.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Like,
What'd you do all day?" "Well, I was on an airplane, like installing these canisters of aluminum particulate to be sprayed on the population. But what are we having? Chicken?
mhm.
No.
They're either like that or they're all triple M's to the P's. They're mini megalomaniacs,
I
psychopaths.
enjoy doing
And they're
this.
like, I know I'm spraying like all this terrible chemical stuff all over the population, but I don't care.
Tiffany,
What?
what if those people get convinced by the culture club that depopulation is good?
Right.
So you're doing a good thing for Gaia.
Or if like if they do it, then they're going to be somehow rewarded for their part with Satan.
Because remember I told you about their whole idea about Gaia. Who's Gaia?
Isn't that the mother?
Gaia is the earth.
Yeah, she's like Mother Nature.
She is mother. And they personify her as a woman. And The humans are a virus that's making Gaia sick.
Hmm.
So maybe the people who go load the aluminum canisters in the chemtrail planes, they're under the impression like, good, good, good. Let's kill humans
Hmm.
because that's doing good for Gaia.
But so they don't live in that area.
So they get oh my God. So remember how we talked about inversion? Like we kind of talked about how the lady from Speed is actually a dude.
Hmm.
What's her name?
Sandra Bullock.
So what if there's also like Satan also has an inverted morality that
Oh,
he
totally.
so CNN teaches people that killing people is good.
Yeah. Good is like bad is good.
Bad is good. It's
Mhm.
like an inverted morality. Because how do you go load a canister of aluminum particulate to be sprayed on people
I
and
know.
not just trip out about
And
it?
just think that that's okay. Yeah.
And what the,
They're like
you know,
accomplices in mass murder, you know?
what if that's the reason so much dementia and Alzheimer?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That's why there's so much of that.
Yeah.
Because our old people are being sprayed with that all the time,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm.
And who the hell who knows what else? That's just one of the things.
Yeah.
Because, Dane Whittington, I gotta show you a video.
Okay.
He breaks down the particulate that's in it, and he's dude, it's like a list of 100 different chemicals,
It's no wonder that people aren't just dropping like flies.
but they kind of are.
I know. Well, I think the Pokey Pokes sped that up. I think that that stuff that they are spraying kind of like reacts with those Pokey Poke things, and that those pokes have that stuff in there too, and you get like sort of a like a double whammy that way.
I think you're right, and I think these people think they're gonna get away with it.
Mm.
I think the people who carry out like, if you administered Pokey Pokes, you're gonna get what's coming to you.
You're an accomplice
You're
too.
accomplished.
Yeah.
And if you sell big shawarma, you're gonna get what's coming to you.
Right.
And if you spray aluminum particulate on people, you're gonna get what's coming to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you go on CNN and you say, "Oh my God, it's raining in Southern California. It's atmospheric river," you're gonna get what's coming to you.
I don't think a lot of those people are very smart. You know
No,
what I mean?
no.
I always picture the some of those like weather girls are they just they don't really seem that smart. And remember that movie Nicole Kidman was in where she was like the weather girl
Mm.
and that song who sang that song? The
Remember the
bubble-headed bleach blonde will
Oh, that was
tell you
Eats.
yeah, that's
He goes, the bubble-headed bleach blonde comes on at 5. She can tell you about the plane crash with
the
a gleam
gleam in
in
her
her
eye.
eye.
Yeah.
It's interesting when people
People
die.
die.
Give
Give us
them dirty
dirty laundry.
laundry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a good
yeah.
one.
But see, remember they had the other weather girl. What happened to her during
Oh,
cruise?
the real in real life.
Yeah,
Yeah, she like keeled over
that
right
was
after she got
gnarly.
poked. That was
And she
gnarly.
was all in a good mood and like
Yeah.
laughing. Then she went, so gnarly. So I think you're right. I think these people aren't very smart. They kind of swallow huge lies
Yeah.
and just kind of
And then
go,
they serve
yeah,
them.
they do.
Yeah.
They just go, yeah, that's what's going on. This atmospheric river. And you go, why don't you break down the dynamics of that to me? And they go, just shut up. It's an
Yeah.
atmospheric river. Stop
Stick to
driving.
my script.
Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with right now. We have atmospheric river and,
Well,
be afraid.
you know what it reminds me of? I think it's just like the dinosaurs.
It kind of,
Is a lie so big that
yes.
people just can't wrap their heads around it. You know what I mean? So
Like the
it's
dire wolf
the
bone.
dire wolf bones.
It's
Yeah, like
11 million years old.
if you just tell a lie so huge, like these bones are 800 million years old, and like, oh my gosh, the earth, we're all going to be dead in like 10 years,
What
and
if what if
we're
the whole notion
spinning
that we're on a spinning
we're
globe?
spinning on a ball
That's a huge lie.
millions of miles an hour. I mean, like when you tell these stories that are so outrageous, I think most people don't even stop to question it. They just go, "Oh, okay. I need to
They
get to
do.
work."
They
You
do.
know what I mean?
My
It's just
mom
too
is a
much.
perfect example. My mom just drinks down Kool-Aid. Like whether it's, no kings or we went to the moon. She's just like, yeah, yeah, no, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, come on, mom, don't you question these things? And I love her so much, but no, she's just like, no, no. See, you know what she does is if this one person told her, then that's the truth. Because
Uh,
she's such a love. She loves people. So there's certain people that they would never lie to my mom. She just thinks they don't lie to her. It's kind of like the gardener that just came by. Remember, I told you,
Yeah.
and it's just like I don't know. I just feel like she kind of she kind of believes what people tell her, and then acts on it.
Mm,
And I think, sadly, my mom's kind of a perfect walker.
mm.
That's why she got taken for a ride by the mudslide victims.
That's sad. Did you ever get that money back or what
No, so she went and that's why
happened?
my dad almost had a stroke because he obviously tried to recoup 28 grand.
That's a lot.
28 grand. So he tried to recoup it. And Target was like, excuse me, you authorized these purchases.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then they went to the cops, and the cops tried to find the dude, and it was like, it looks like he's offshore. So
And
of course,
what about the people that contacted her? The Latina,
yeah, she couldn't find that person,
she just disappeared.
disappeared,
Wow. That sucks.
and was affiliated with the spiritual retreat.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's just so these people have no bottom.
No.
They'll use anything and anybody just to get money,
Hmm.
you know? And I think that's kind of another.
Well, there's a lot of unscrupulous people who definitely take advantage of disasters, and it happens all the time. They pop up in these disaster areas, and
And that's when they go after people like my mother
yeah, it's horrible.
to try to get her money from her and to get her to buy into like earth modification
Right,
and the pokies
right.
and the no kings.
Hmm.
You see how they're constantly like guiding you into the latest greatest thing. It was Ukraine, but now we've moved on from Ukraine,
Right.
you know? So now we're kind of more like no kings, you know? And who knows what's coming up next.
There's always something.
We got atmospheric rivers for this weekend.
Remember when it was monkeypox for a while? That
Monkeypox.
that like fizzled out fast. That
Is
only
that the one that
lasted a
like
few
only
weeks.
gay guys had?
Yeah,
That was kind of weird.
that only lasted a couple weeks.
Everybody kind of agreed. It was like, well, if it's taking them out,
Oh my God. What about you brought up an interesting point though when we were talking about these storms and the invasive plants.
yes, that's another Kool-Aid that my mom drinks. I don't want to
Yeah.
be throwing my mom under the bus
I
today.
know.
I love my mom, but she buys into that too. So like we were down at a nature walk, and she's pointing out these big reeds, and she's like, these are from Asia and they're invasive and they're going to take over this whole area. And I'm going, well, how do you know a bird didn't like shit out the seeds? And this is a natural progression, and this is supposed to be here. And she's like, no, it'll just take over. It's invasive. It's not from this region. I think that might be Kool-Aid.
I think it is too because actually, so a lot of this stuff that they're doing, like these
Yeah.
atmospheric rivers and all these storms and stuff, some of those things could be washing like certain plants into other areas, and now they
Oh,
deem them to be invasive. But what they actually did was bring them here.
yeah.
It reminds me of our episode that we did on Mother Nature being micromanaged
Oh,
when I
yeah.
went to the island, and
Hmm.
and the tour guide was talking about how there were invasive plants there too, and invasive
Those are invasive.
species.
Those are
In,
invasive
yeah,
and invasive birds.
invasive birds. And I'm like, I don't really know how a bird can be invasive because they have wings. They can kind of go like to a lot of places. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, butterfly, you don't understand. He's teaching the other birds to eat these
Yeah, he
eggs.
was teaching them bad behavior. Even though we don't want that other bird here, we don't want that bird stealing the eggs
He's a
because
rebel bird.
we'll handle the invasive species the way we want to do it. We're gonna ship them
Notice
offshore.
notice the little blue tape on his beak. He is a bad bird.
He's bad.
That's totally a Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It comes back to kind of what you're talking about. It's this megalomania of needing to
Control
control everything.
everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like telling me, okay, so
We
like when you
even
go out to the
control the
islands,
birds.
remember, because you were kind of bummed that Antarctica might be like that. Because I was
Mhm.
telling you,
I know, because I want to go there.
dude, I don't want to disillusion you, but the 180 countries back in 1947 just happened to agree to never go there.
Yeah.
That's so fishy.
That's us.
That's so fishy.
Yeah.
So then what I'm thinking is, okay, they've been sending their cult members out there to micromanage it. And there's probably some lesbian out there going, no, 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 no. Those those penguins, they go to the other side of the beach, and those polar bears need to be moved all the way to the other,
There's
like.
there's somebody out there directing. Okay, polar bears go there. You stay here.
Totally. And how many invasive species and invasive plants are out there? And then, well, wait a second. So Antarctica has just been left to Mother Nature. So how could something be invasive?
I know.
They're probably going, you don't understand. Mother Nature makes mistakes. So, anyways, this is kind of a good episode because sometimes we have to touch base with the Earth modification cults because that's a big part of Satan's plan.
It is. It totally is.
It's corralling people into the 15-minute cities.
Yeah.
How does it do that?
Yeah.
How is it doing that?
Totally. Well, I don't think there's going to be a lot of nature in those 15-minute cities.
Well,
You know what I mean?
The 15-minute city has to be kind of bought into. You
Mhm.
kind of have to buy into the idea.
That's a whole set of Kool-Aid there too.
So what I think they're doing is saying, let's get these people convinced, like thoroughly convinced, that humans are a virus, our cars and eating meat is literally destroying the planet.
But it's okay to have everything electric because when you plug it into the wall, it's clean.
That's just coming from that building.
Yeah, it's clean.
It's clean now.
Yeah.
They do, because they had the lady. Remember, I told you she was plugging in her Tesla, and they go, "Where does the power come from? That's plugged into your Tesla right now?" And she goes, that building right there." And you go, "You're not a Phi Beta Kappa. You're not playing with a full deck, are you?"
The wall.
Yeah, it comes from that
Socket.
building right there. So, but see, what do we know about blue pill people? They can contradict themselves.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the father and the son. You wait, this is deadly. Oh, okay, come on, son. You know, I
Yeah.
think that's kind of what she does. So they get convinced that we're in a crisis, and this is the other thing that's important. And AOC pushes this a lot.
Mm.
We only have like 2 years. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
We only have like
How
2
long has
years.
she been saying that?
About 10 years.
Well, Al Gore, I think according to him, we were supposed to be gone. The whole place was supposed to be wiped out by what, 2013? Wasn't that the deadline?
I wonder what he says. He's probably like, well, we've been given a reprieve.
That's why he changed it to Clyde Ainge.
Who was my metaphor that I came up with in the 1800s?
Oh, the guy that was married to all the.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of wives.
Yeah.
And he's having sex with all of his wives. He's in Utah.
He's changing the goalposts.
He's in Utah, and he goes, "Keep having sex with me. All my 9 wives have sex with me." And he goes, "The world is going to end in 1848 on June 4th." But then June 4th, 1848 comes and goes, and he goes, "We were given a reprieve.
That's a convenient excuse.
Keep having sex with me, all 9 wives, but it's going to be 1858 now." I think that's kind of Al Gore's talk track
Right.
with his cult.
We were so lucky we got a reprieve.
2013 was supposed to come, but Gaia, because he doesn't believe in God.
No.
And so he's going to say Gaia gave us a reprieve. So maybe she was like, you guys have 10 more years.
Because you've been so good.
You've been good. You've been, you invented electric cars, and
A lot of people are not eating meat anymore.
yeah.
So your advertising campaign has been working.
So my daughter went to Disneyland with a couple of friends of hers,
Uh-huh.
and one of them is gluten-free.
Oh,
So
why?
uh, gluten is like a wheat byproduct.
Yeah,
So these people become convinced that it's toxic, and
yeah.
if they eat any of it, they're going to die.
right.
It's kind of like when you go. Have you ever gone to an establishment and it says, "Excuse me, some of the food serving surfaces have had peanuts."
Yeah, you
So,
might be dead.
yes. I think if you have a little bit of gluten and you croak, you're probably supposed to croak.
Survival of the fittest.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You can't have some gluten. Gluten is not. You're constantly being bombarded by aluminum particulate.
Well, so you know what?
Like,
You know what? The whole theory behind that whole gluten thing that I've read about is that actually, like, whatever some of these people's intolerance is, it's not even actually caused by the gluten in the wheat. It's the pesticides that they use on the crops, on the wheat crops. And like a lot of these people, if they try organic like bread and stuff from a lot of like European countries have like really
They
like
don't have that adverse
cleaner bread.
effect.
They don't have that problem. Mm,
That could be true.
yeah.
But then here's the
But
other
then there's a
thing.
lot of people that don't even have a problem at all. They just go, I'm gluten free because it's trendy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I think that's kind of Kool-Aid because you're getting sprayed with aluminum all day, anyways. So, if that's not really affecting you, it's just, it's this Kool-Aid of fear, you know? And it's like, well, excuse me, because she takes Ozempic. So she's gluten-free, but takes Ozempic.
This friend of your daughter's?
Yeah.
Oh my
She's the one
gosh.
I told you about that she went down to Mexico to procure some generic Ozempic. So I guess it's called like Gozempic.
Oh my, or
It's
Zepica.
it's Ozempica. So she went down to TJ.
That's not something I would get from there. Like you go there for like a piñata and like maybe some
An STD.
castanets, an STD if you're unlucky. You don't go there for
I'm gonna
prescription
go
drugs.
down there to inject something in my stomach that I procure from one of these cartel members
I
on
have
the
no
streets.
idea what it is, but
Dude.
it's gonna make me lose 2 pounds.
Okay, so that's the contradiction that walkers have
Hmm.
is like, well, I'm gluten free, but can I have some Ozempic?
Right.
Some generic Ozempic.
That doesn't make any sense.
So I'm gonna inject that in my stomach, but excuse
I
me,
can't have any bread.
that wheat byproduct is deadly. So
Yeah, I notice that a lot. Like, definitely, I think, did we talk about this in our liberal hippies episode? How like they're so like, shopping for the organic produce and stuff at the health food stores, but yet they're like in line to get the latest booster. It just
they're getting the latest
it
boosters.
doesn't make sense.
Plus, a lot of these like millennial people that are like that, they go and vape. Have you noticed vaping is really big?
Yeah.
Dude, vaping is gnarly. I did like a little study on that. I mean, I have my bad habits, but I never started vaping. Vaping is gnarly.
Why do people do that? Do they get like a
Uh,
buzz off of that, like cigarettes?
yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
there's marijuana vape.
Right.
So you can get high.
Yeah.
And I don't really know the dynamics. I think it's like it turns it into like such a fine mist that they just think it's not as bad for you, but I saw it's actually worse for you.
Is it? Well, I've heard some people say, "Oh, well, it's not as bad because you're not inhaling like the smoke or whatever."
But then they have gnarly stuff happen to
But you're inhaling like a mist? Is that what you
if you're gonna be freaking out about gluten and you're gonna be freaking out about global warming and then do that, that's a contradiction.
Yeah,
Satan loves doing that
right.
because look at all these people who show up like so basically if you were to go out to the No Kings movement this last weekend, and you were to interview them and say, "How do you feel about atmospheric rivers?" They'd be like, "Oh my God,
It's
they're
horrible.
so horrible. We need to stop eating meat and driving cars." So I think they all buy into all of that Kool-Aid.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're all fat, disgusting, tattooed drug addicts.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't take care of yourself. So what do you care?
No.
It's all just Kool-Aid. I think Satan just goes, he has keywords, he lulls you into a spell, and then he says, be angry at this.
Right.
And that's all it is.
And there's probably a trigger word, like you were saying, like at the
Atmospheric river.
atmospheric river. They heard that on the news, and now they're like, "Oh my God, how dare
What
you?
if you're like,
Dare you?"
don't you have one friend that's kind of she's like your best friend, but she's kind of a walker.
Hmm.
So what if you're hanging out with her and you guys are having a glass of wine and you're at a beautiful setting, but the TV's on, and all of a sudden it says atmospheric rivers, and you're right in the middle of a sentence talking to her, and you see her eyes just like
Glaze over.
she's like the Incredible Hulk back in the 1980s, like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, just like pupils get all dilated, and she's just like atmospheric rivers. How about she immediately like jumps into action? You know,
Right.
these people. Who knows?
I know.
They're in such a state right now that they can get lulled.
I totally think they're using trigger words. They're like Sirhanning these people with like these words that are like little pinches. You know what I mean?
So then we got to end this one. What's the white pill?
Okay.
White pill butterfly.
Well, as always, you just don't listen to it and you don't go along with it,
That's
right?
right.
But
That's right.
do we have any other white pills that we can prescribe?
I think Dane Whittington's kind of a white pill.
Oh, really?
I do
Okay.
because Dane Whittington is going to dispel the myth of Earth mod.
So do you think that some of these people could be directed to listen to him and they might actually believe it, or would they just be like, "Oh, that's a conspiracy theory." Yeah. This has happened by Mother Nature.
One of two things.
They might open
They
their
might
eyes.
open their mind. Dane is so cool
Mhm.
that he might convince a few of them.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's got lots of data. They're going to have to totally contradict his data because he has gone and procured FISA. You know what a FISA,
Yeah.
what do they call it? A
Um,
warrant? FISA warrant?
yeah, to get information.
So he got the ingredients of the chemtrails
Oh, wow.
and broke it down. So he comes out with this whole expose on what they're spraying on us, and people just go, uh-huh, oh, never mind.
The challenge though is to get these people to actually listen to something like that, because a lot of them won't listen. Or in the case of this one friend I had, when I was trying to explain like the cooties thing to her, and I was like, look, last year there were, 500,000 cases of flu, and this year there were 0 cases of flu, but there were 500,000 cases of cooties. Do you see it? Do you see what they did? They changed the name. And she was like, I don't know what they're calling it now, but I know everybody's dying of cooties. That was her answer. Like, she just could not even accept that she was being fooled by
You know
this
what I
whole
think
thing.
that
You
is?
know what I
I
mean?
think it's because in order to accept what you just told her, it's gonna kind of shatter her bubble.
That's right. And people
We,
don't like to have their bubbles shattered.
I remember what I used to do when I was a little kid,
Bubble burster.
and you got me out
Yeah.
because you said you would have gotten me out
I
if I
would have
did that.
gotten mad if you burst my bubbles.
But I'm thinking maybe I was kind of like having like a premonition, and this is my future.
You were like, yeah, it was like an indication of how you would be later in life.
So
A bubble burster.
Dane Whittington is bursting bubbles.
Yeah.
He's gonna burst the Earth mod, but as a matter of fact, he literally makes Earth mod make sense because those people are doing Earth modification.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing Earth modification through chemtrails. Chemtrails is just one of them,
Mm-hmm.
but they're doing HARP and DEW. So they are modifying our weather.
Right.
And they're doing so they can do both. They can make dry and they can also do like huge rainfall.
Right.
Like what do they call it? It's
Rainmakers.
uh, rainmakers, but they call it a deluge.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they do what's called drought and deluge. It's
That's
kind of like Pat
that's pretty
Benatar getting
handy.
killed in Clunt.
Yeah.
It's drought and deluge.
Yeah. So we can have like record like unprecedented droughts and record rainfall in one year.
That's right.
And
And
then
then
we're still in a drought,
yeah.
even though we've had like
And then
record
Al
rainfall.
Gore says, "See, I told you, you can either get too hot or too cold,
Yeah.
but you need to stop eating meat." Excuse me, I need to go drink some blood.
Totally. Well, I think we unpacked that pretty well, don't you think?
I think so too. Do you have anything else?
I don't think
All
so.
right,
It's
good.
a good
Well, so
one.
we'll post this one tonight because it's fitting. We'll
It
post it in the
because
midst of
it's
the atmospheric river.
urgent. It's breaking news. It's
If we,
a bombshell.
I just gotta keep my laptop dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.